been looking forward so much to talking to David Pogue about his new book, and this one is, this is a life changer, game changer, some stuff that will make life a lot easier and more pleasant for you. Pogue's Basics, essential tips and shortcuts that no one bothers to tell you for simplifying the technology in your life. David Pogue's the author of the New York Times bestseller, Pogue's Basics. He's got 1.5 million followers on Twitter, and if I ran down his whole resume, we'd have no time to talk to him. David, good morning to you.
Good morning.
I loved your tweet. Let's see. This came out, on the 29th. Please, people, don't shoot vertical videos. If I can't convince you, maybe this will, and you give a link. I complain about that all the time.
I know. I'm on a personal crusade here. Our screens are horizontal. Your laptop, your TV, your YouTube frame, please don't shoot vertical video.
Yep, you see it all the time, and you're leaving so much out of your unbelievably cool video that you're posting on YouTube. And David's got tips on how to make those even sharper for you too.
Yeah, exactly. It turns out that YouTube videos can be sharper than what you're seeing. In the lower right corner, there's that little sprocket icon that lets you choose a resolution, a quality level, and they don't start you out at the highest one.
So yesterday, I'm flipping through the book, David, and I found one that is so simple and so easy and solves a giant problem that I have in the kitchen, and that is stopping pots from boiling over. So making pasta, whatever I'm doing, turn away for a second, 2 young kids, all of a sudden foams up, goes over, we got problems. There is a simple trick to stop that from happening, which I will try the next time I do this.
And you will love it, and you will thank me in your heart. You take a wooden spoon and you lay it across the top of the pot. End of story. Somehow, the wood of the handle pops and cools the micro bubbles of the foaming, and it stops it from bubbling over. And it's the freakiest work of science, but it really works.
And as you point out, too, make sure it's a wood spoon. Plastic spoon, you use that, your food tastes really odd when it's coated with plastic.
Seals in the freshness, though.
Yeah, that's right. Wood is that.
We're talking with David Pogue. Pogue's Basics. You're going to want to grab this book because there's so many different things in it. Like, here's one, and I was told this one. This is 30-some years ago, and I don't know how I completely forgot about it afterwards. Chinese food boxes.
Yeah, it turns out you can turn those into a little plate. You unfold them and flatten them out, and boom.
I used to work with a guy who, would eat Chinese food around the clock. We did the morning show, 3 o'clock in the morning. He's eating cold Chinese food. And at one point, I'm like, where'd you get the plate? He goes, let me show you this. And just tore the box up and made a plate out of it. I don't know why. It must have been 3 o'clock in the morning. I forgot about it until I looked at your book.
That's right. And by the way, the ketchup containers, those little white pleated paper cups that they have for you to carry ketchup in the cafeteria, those work kind of the same way. You can expand those to hold more ketchup by unpleating them, by flattening them out just a little bit.
David Pogue is with us. His book, Pogue's Basics, Life, Essential Tips and Shortcuts That No One Bothers to Tell You. It's a relatively quick read, but the best part is when you read one tip and you find that it's going to work, you'll just want to read the rest of them as well. Something that I found, I would not have thought of this solution, David. That's, you're chopping onions, your hands stink, and you can't get rid of the stink. What do?
Yeah, stainless steel.
Yep.
Gets rid of it. The internet is filled with interesting, and also toothpaste works, by the way. So some people buy these stainless steel soaps that takes it off, but toothpaste gets rid of the smell and also prevents your hands from getting cavities.
I got to tell you, David, we got one of those metal bars of soap as a gift. And I opened it up, and I'm like, all right, what is this, some sort of prank? I mean, what do you do? And I read further. It's like the next time you're chopping onions, you're messing with garlic. It even has a little magnetic thing that you stick on the side of the sink. Grab it, use it like a bar of soap, smell's gone. And it actually works.
It does, but toothpaste you've already got. That's the nice part.
So, David, I got to ask, of course, how does this all work? You get emails, you get tips, you try them out like a Mythbusters kind of thing. If they work, they're in the book. If not, they're thrown to the side. How do you compile these things?
Well, yeah, I mean, they are all tested, and I can tell you that a ton of them are flying around the internet that just aren't true. It made me furious at how much misinformation is flying around. But, yeah, I polled everybody. I polled my Twitter followers. I polled my mom, my wife. It turns out everybody's got one. Everybody's got, like, one of these life tips that they've always done. I just took the best of them.
Well, and there are just so many of them. And how many times have you passed a tip like this along to somebody and had them, bang their hand against their forehead and go, well, duh, why did I never think of that?
That is the best one. I'll tell you, what started this was my favorite tip in the entire book. Someday you too will be over 40, and you will need reading glasses or contacts. But if you're ever caught without your reading glasses or contacts, what you do is you make your hand into a pinhole camera. You curl your pointer finger really tightly against your thumb. So there's only a pinhole. You hold it to your eye and look through your fingers through that pinhole. And because of the miracle of science, suddenly you can read. Like if you're in the shower and you can't read the shampoo bottle to figure out which one is mouthwash and which one is shampoo, or you're on a menu and you don't have your glasses, it's the most cool, life-changing thing.
I'm trying it right now because being over 40 and having cheaters on right now, I just took them off, and it actually does work. Oh, my life has been changed. I want to go out and read menus now.
And you'll find the salt shakers on those menus. Yeah. David Pogue with us. Pogue's Basics, Life, Essential Tips and Shortcuts that no one bothers to tell you. Had this happen just a couple of weeks ago, and it took me some tries. Didn't think of this option for how to get a splinter out.
Yeah, if it's not easily pulled out, put a dab of Elmer's glue on there. Once it hardens in 5 minutes, you peel off the glue, and the splinter comes out in it.
Crazy. I mean, I've done that for paper cuts, but not super glue. I've used super glue on a pretty nasty paper cut that worked one time. All right, got to try this one now too. Get over to Yahoo Tech and read some more of David's stuff as well. You put up a great thing right before Thanksgiving: 7 tech trends to be thankful for today, and there's some great ones on there.
It's true. We all complain about what's wrong with our technology, but there's actually a lot of good stuff that's happened, and one of them. You can watch out for in the new year. They've come up with a new cable called USB-C that replaces our USB cables and our power cables and our video cables. It's the same on both ends, and it's the same upside down, and it's small enough to be used on phones and tablets and laptops, and the brand won't matter. Like, I can say, give me your Samsung laptop charger to use on my iPhone, and it'll work. And so right now already Google, Microsoft, and Apple are all using this thing. It is USB-C, and we should be thankful.
David Pogue, Pogue's Basics, Life, Essential Tips and Shortcuts that no one bothers to tell you. And there are a few right toward the end, life hack lies, ones you wish no one told you because they're not true. Most of these, I got to say, I have not heard, so I guess I'm talking to the right people, but you debunk some of these too in the book.
Yeah, they make me crazy, and either they don't work, like that thing about you can make a piece of leftover pizza crisp again by putting it in the microwave with a glass of water. No, that's going to make it even mushier. And some of them are just stupid. I remember this one went around that said, if you're ever on a camping trip and you're stuck without kindling, then you can use Doritos.
Well, I'm sorry, what?
Aren't you more likely to be able to find sticks than Doritos?
Yeah, if I can't find Doritos, I'll go off in the woods and search for Coffee Mate. See if that works. What the hell? All right, well, take your Doritos out in the woods next time you go. Better than that, buy the book, Pogue's Basics, Essential Tips and Shortcuts that no one bothers to tell you for simplifying the technology in your life. And you want to follow David on Twitter because 1.5 million people do, and I think you can see just from this interview why. David, thanks for your time this morning. Much success with the book.
Thank you so much.